Hi there, I'm Roxanne Wilson. Welcome to another episode of Rox Talks, y'all. I feel like this episode should have like a advisory warning on it because if you're not ready to hear real and raw and get thinking, then you might want to skip this episode, but then come back to it. Come on, now that makes you want to listen to it even more, doesn't it? Good. Because this is not going to be all rainbows and sunshine. We're going to give you some real advice to think on, to chew on, and hopefully it inspires you. Sometimes we have to be inspired by hearing things that aren't just cookie cutter, and you're not going to hear any cookie cutter today. I'm going to tell you that right now. So let me introduce to you our guest. Her name is Heather Shriver-Burns, and Heather is a success coach for God-sized dreamers, and she currently lives in Pennsylvania with her own Prince Charming and 3 children who are all under the age of 5. Imagine that. She's a multi-passionate entrepreneur and loves teaching others how to create a personal brand that will transcend into any business. She's done just that multiple times over, and she actually retired herself and her husband from the corporate world so they can both pursue their passions and callings. Let me go a little deeper, okay? She's been recognized as the top recruiter in the network marketing profession and has personally sponsored over 500 people, earning the number 1 and number 2 spot in multiple companies. She's consistently ranked in the top 1% of all businesses she's had the honor of being part of, and has been multiple 7- and 8-figure businesses. She's had those in network marketing. I want to make sure you heard that. In addition, she's teaching her own team and clients. Heather's had the privilege of traveling and speaking on stages all over the country, training others how to build businesses through authenticity, vulnerability, and recognizing the deeper calling God has on each other's lives. Okay, so here's the thing. You heard that. Now let me tell you a little more about this episode. You're going to be hearing from someone who is a top recruiter and has been a top recruiter in network marketing companies, and she's going to give you some real honest advice about we're going to talk about not only how to not only how to find your brand, but how to think about what all talk about, multiple streams of income. You heard it when you started your business. You talk about it when you're recruiting people. Are you doing it? Well, she does it. And I can't wait for you to hear from her. Open mind, open heart. And do me this favor, I'm going to say it right now. Will you please send me a note and let me know what you thought about this episode? Roxanne@roxannewilson.com. I want to hear from you, or just find me on Instagram at RoxTalks. Send me a note in Messenger. I want to hear what you have to say. Okay, let's dive in. Are you ready to post like a pro, network like a boss, and think like a CEO? Then I have your seat saved at the RoxTalks Social Media for Network Marketers Summit. It's coming up this month. And here's the thing, if you sell anything via network marketing, the speakers that I have lined up for you are going to knock your socks off. You will come away from the summit with working, networking, and posting smarter. Let me say that again, working, networking, and posting smarter on social media. Here are 4 quick reasons why you have to attend the event. Number 1, it's going to save you time. I mean, sure, you can Google your way through all this information, but this summit is free. It's just as free as Google, and it's all in one place. I've done the work for you, and I've got the goods. So stop spinning your wheels and get actual ideas also right now. Now, here's the other thing. Number 2, you will learn from the pros. Even if you did scour the internet, it's hard to really know what works, right? These experts that I've assembled for the Social Media for Network Marketers Summit have been there. They've done that. They got the t-shirt, and they know their stuff, and they're ready to share it with you. And also, number 3, you're going to walk away with action items. Y'all, you are going to have what you need. This isn't a pie in the sky possibility summit. This is we have all the real work to do action summit. Like, you're going to get what you need, and you're going to leave with fresh ideas, social media strategies, and tangible to-dos. And then last but not least, you're going to be excited about the future of your business. If you're overwhelmed, if you feel stagnant, if you're just like, oh, you're going to be pumped about these possibilities. If you are already excited, then that's awesome. Then you're in a perfect position to amp up others on the Facebook page and to absorb all that you learn. Are you ready for this? So I invite you to join me. I'm hitting the mic because I'm ready for you to join me for this free online event. It is for your seasoned social media ninjas, because there's more to learn. It's for your social media rookies because the sky's the limit. It's for accelerating your business growth, multiplying your team through new channels, and making your life easier with social media. We're going to be streamlining that all. Is this what you need? Can I get a yes? Is this what you need? Okay, well then I want you to click or go to the link below and join me for the summit coming up on the 25th of this month through the 28th. I'll see you there. Welcome to RoxTalks. My name is Roxanne Wilson, and I am here with Heather Shriver-Burns. And y'all, I don't know, like I just know already that this is going to be exactly what you need to hear in the exact right time. So I'm so excited that you are here. Heather, thank you for being here with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. And you know, when I was getting ready for this, I was like, there's so many different ways we can go. But what I find so interesting about you is that you've been able to go from you, the network marketer, to you, Heather Shriver-Burns, like an actual brand, which is where the industry is going, and is where I think a lot of people struggle to figure out, like, I'm my own brand, I'm my own person. And yes, you're distinctly different from you're unique from your own company. But I want to talk to you about that journey and the things that you've learned along the way. So I'll let you start and then we'll kind of go from there. But how did you go from I'm, the network marketer to I'm Heather Shriver-Burns?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Well, again, thank you so much for having me. This is, lots to talk about, but this is definitely one of my most passionate, favorite topics to talk about because, so when I got into network marketing 6 years ago, I was a brand new mom and I desperately wanted to be able to quit my corporate job. But like most people have, multiple people working in the home, we are a dual income family. I couldn't just up and leave my career. So went on this journey to build this business. And let me tell you, in the beginning, I was desperate. And I think so many people do their marketing, so to speak, and their what they post on social media or how they reach out to people because they're desperate. Whether it is, for me, I was a working mom, I wanted to be home with my baby, or it's, hey, I need $500 because, I need to pay this bill or whatever it is. So I feel like, I have a friend who calls it commission breath.
Yes.
I think so often our social media, the brand that we are breathing on people, it's that commission breath. And so it is so icky. And I know for me, I would look at my post and I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good. And I thought, this is horrible. If I don't feel good, I wonder what other people are thinking. And if I'm constantly talking about these products or constantly talking about this business opportunity, I'm probably going to lose some friends here. And I don't even know that I love talking about this all the time. There's so much more to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more to me than this, even though this is a vehicle. And I feel like there was a shift in my mindset that I have to start talking about other stuff because I'm not really connecting with people per se about these products and about the business opportunity. I'm connecting with them on other things. And so really I focus on, I call it your 3 pillars or 3 to 5. There's like 3 to 5 buckets or pillars, right, or things that identify you outside of your business and your products that you're really passionate about, that honestly doesn't matter whether or not you're selling these or that or whatever, you're selling pens or what, these are things that are basically your DNA, what you're made up of, and how you can set yourself apart from the competitors. Because really, even though we're all in the same team, we're saying the same company, all of that, even network marketing as a whole, I love the culture as far as people understanding and really supporting each other. However, we are all also competitors in a sense. We're all selling something. We're selling a dream.
Right.
Really. So how do you differentiate yourself?
Yes. And I want to go back to what you said, because I think that when people go from I started my business, and people are, and I'm being told, post about your business online. People are going to get wins from that. They're going to make sales from that. So how does one who's listening to this go, wait, okay, but she's saying don't post all the time about my business, but I'm making money that way. How can you differ? Like, it's a slower burn, right? I feel like it's you do it immediately. You might get a lot of sales, but are you getting the ultimate? But how do you work someone through that? Okay, I'm going to stop saying bye, 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 and step back a little bit and talk about some other pillars.
Yeah, there definitely is a mental shift in that.
Mhm.
And there may even be a dip in your quote unquote success. But I think you nailed it on the head. It's what are we going for here? That quick sale that gets you the next rank or whatever. Are we looking for you to have something that is a solid foundation, a solid brand that you can build on forever?
Mhm.
And so I think it's a reframing your brain to not be so desperate for the quick sale and know that you're laying a foundation for a very potentially a lifetime of success in potentially even a variety of different ways.
Mhm. That's so good. That's so good. Okay, so I love that you realized, commission breath stinks.
Yeah.
Let me find another way. But as you did that, I mean, if people look back on your social media, which I have, I've done the deep dive, they see your journey, and you talk a lot about health and fitness, which has been part of your brand and still part of your brand, I would say today. But how do you I struggle because I want to be mindful about how we go about this, but I'm just gonna go there. We're just gonna go there. Okay,
Let's
so
go there, girl. Let's just go.
let's just go. We start out, probably most people who decided to join a network marketing company are told you need to have multiple streams of income. They either hear the Dave Ramsey or they hear the Richard Branson. You need 5, you need 7, you need multiple streams of income. So it's like, rah, rah, let's do multiple streams of income. And then you join the network marketing company, and that becomes your one and only, unless you've got like a full time job stream of income. Like, how does that shift even happen?
Yep. Yep. It's that putting all your eggs in one basket. So most of us we go to school, we get an education, we get a job, right? And then that's our basket. And then somebody drops this potential dream in your social news feed or whatever, or your heart or whatever, and they say, "Oh yeah, you can have this too. You need multiple streams of income. Fantastic." I don't know. And it's funny because I kind of felt I fell yeah, I definitely ate that up. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this could be the thing.
Yes.
And it took me away from that whole idea of the original concept of this could potentially be one of the things. And
Mhm.
because it is the thing for a lot of people, or a lot of people want it to be the thing because they see the potential, it's like we go back to that whole this is the only thing. And that's another part where so my journey, I built 3 different 7 and 8 figure businesses within the profession. And the reason I've been able to pivot between 3 different companies is because I've built a solid foundation. But through those three businesses, I am a big cheerleader of this profession. Obviously, it's changed our families' lives financially. My kids have literally traveled around the world. My husband retired from the corporate world, so did I. All the things, but I always felt like I was coming up, like something was missing. There was another piece to me. There was something else that, yes, this serves a purpose, and I love these pieces of this profession, but I don't feel like I'm really quite living out exactly what God has called me to do. And
Mhm.
that goes back to that multiple opportunities, multiple streams of income, multiple ways to use the gifts that God has given you and the talents and how He's really wired you and designed you to apply them to multiple different ways. So, yeah, it's funny that we so quickly forget why we started. I think
Right.
that's maybe it.
And I think that if you're new to network marketing, you're listening to this, write down right now what those multiple streams of income that you dream would be. Like, you've
Yeah.
got the company you just joined, and maybe there are some other things you thought, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. Maybe I want to start like an Etsy shop, whatever. Maybe write them down now because you're going to forget them. And if you are in network marketing, you've been in network marketing for a couple of years, please try and like go back to that woman you were when you started, and what were those other dreams that you had? Because the aha moment, the mind blown moment that I'm seeing more and more is when I talk to people about multiple streams of income and hey, there's other ways you can make money. They're like, oh, I never thought of that. but you did it one time because that's why you joined network marketing to begin with.
Yep.
So whether it's another network marketing, which it could be, right? There are people who have multiple network marketing companies, and as long as that jives, that's one way to do it.
Yeah,
But
read your policies and procedures.
and read them every month because they probably changed.
Oh yeah, they like to change the rules. Yep, yep, yep.
But maybe that's an option for you. If not, what are some other ways? And you found a way. I mean, you're coaching,
Yep.
right? So how do you get from from there to here or here to there?
Yeah, I think it's back to that listening to that gut feeling of like, I wish I could do more of that. I wish I could do what I love about network marketing is I love the mentoring, I love the teaching, I love the showing women what is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I dive deeper with women, and I was diving deeper with my people who I, on my team, who I personally sponsored or whatnot, they felt like me too. Like I like this and I like that, but I feel like there's something missing that I would love to do this. So for me, I here's the deal. I'm multi-passionate. And I think a lot of us, if you're truly an entrepreneur, if that's really in your DNA, you're multi-passionate. You're probably going to be able to see how this could apply to that, and you could possibly do this. Now, I will say this: I do think that some things are a distraction from the thing that you're actually supposed to be doing. You do not have to make a profit from all of your passions.
True.
And I kind of became I definitely started to go down that was, I can make money doing that. I can make money doing that. And I love the creativity with that and the options with that. However, not everything you're supposed to make an income from. But with that being said, I felt like something was missing. I'm like, I would love to do that also. So I got certified to be a life coach. I thought I love the mentoring and the coaching. I'm a teacher by trade. That's what I went to school for originally. And I loved mentoring women. And I thought I could mentor them not only in how to build this business, but in life and their God-sized dreams and whatever else that they have that they want. Then I was like, I started making t-shirts on my Cricut. And they were cute and they were fun. And I'd post a picture, a selfie, and people, where'd you buy that? Like, I made it. Oh my gosh, I could make an income from making shirts. So I started an apparel business and expanded that into a boutique. And, the things that I like, that I'm passionate about, that I actually genuinely enjoy talking about, genuinely enjoy doing, I realized that you can literally make an income pretty much doing anything. I never thought in a million years I would sell protein shakes. Never thought in a million years I would sell lipstick. Never thought in a million years I would sell, cleaner for your house. I mean, I've sold them all. And, I think it's all network marketing businesses work. It's just finding the right one for you and one that complements your life.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily complicate it.
Ooh, that's tricky. That's hard to do. So I guess what I'm hearing you say is first start off with, if you remember what your passions are, you might be able to find a way to do another stream of income with that. Which
what are you good at? What do people come to you and ask you about? What what gives you energy? What is that thing that I always ask my clients this, if no money, no fear, no people, no time, nothing were holding you back, what would you do? If you get really honest with yourself and you ask yourself that question, you'll reveal a lot of things. And and what I find is I wasn't on that path, and a lot of people aren't on that path.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So true. I have a client who, this is not as deep, but she loves to post about Target. She goes to Target on the daily basis. She gets all the things first. And I literally was like,
She is my people.
I thought, does she know that there's an affiliate program for Target? Because if you're going to be talking about that much, you might as well get some money from Target, and they offer it. So I think we are in an economy and in a place, like you said, where you can literally make money for doing anything. The beauty of it is if you can lock that in with your passion, and find something that you uniquely love, then it's all a great synergistic thing that even if you're not making that much money from it, you're happy because you're sharing about it and you're doing it.
Yeah, I love that. And I didn't know that Target had an affiliate. Are you kidding?
I'm
So
not kidding.
noted. Noted. Yes. I feel like I'm at Target every other day. That's yes, and that's it. There's a shift definitely in network marketing. I think when my parents were in it, it was a lot of home-based parties, a lot of that very old school, we're gonna get into a big room and meet together, all of that. And not to say that that doesn't work or that that can't be part of your network marketing business, but we're very much in this affiliate
Mhm.
world where people want to say, I genuinely like this product, I genuinely like this service, I genuinely like this thing, you should check it out too, and here's why. And not even that you should check it out, but like just sharing, this is why this has worked for me, this is how it's changed my life. And then giving people that, whether it's Target, whether it is your favorite restaurant. I mean, there's so many different ways to, like you said, it's things you're naturally talking about to begin with. So why wouldn't you add that to your stream of income?
Right, exactly. And see where that gets you. Because here's the thing, every network marketing company is going to have a bad day, or you're going to have a bad month. Every network, not company, excuse me, every network marketer is going to have a bad month. A
Yeah.
month where they thought that they were going to hit their goal, but they didn't hit that goal that month. And if you're relying on that as your only stream of income, then
Mhm.
you're having a hard month. But if you can balance that, then the highs don't seem as high and the lows don't seem as low. And that's actually a really good thing.
Yes. And why most people even struggle to get into network marketing is because they have the golden handcuffs from their corporate job.
Uh-huh.
And then somehow I realized that that was my life, only it was the network marketing business. It was the one that I was literally thriving in, all the things that so many people were working for, but I felt stuck. Like I couldn't do anything else because it was literally consuming all of my time. And so again, it's that those golden handcuffs that kind of keep you there because there is that thing. But when you take a step outside of that and really realize it, there are so many ways, again, the Dave Ramsey, there's so many ways to make an income. And I believe network marketing is a fantastic option
Mhm.
for one of them. But yeah, putting all your eggs in one basket, I'm a perfect example of why you maybe don't want to do that. Because I did go through that and I can laugh at it now, seriously. But I woke up one morning and I lost a business. And that literally was our family's income. Now, had I not had the other two, my coaching business and my apparel and boutique, they weren't things I focused on, but I had already started them.
Mhm.
And that's okay to have one that's your main priority, because at the time the network marketing business was my main priority. But had I not had those two other options and streams of income, even though they were very small compared to the other, I don't even know what I would have done. Well, I mean, just continue to pray a lot. But
Right.
I was able to focus somewhere else. So when I did have the bad month, uh, that I, by the grace of God, we never missed a bill. We never missed anything. And we literally were able to survive. And now not only survive, we're thriving in this year of 2020, having gone through that crazy season of loss.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And congrats. One of the saddest things I heard from a network marketer who's a friend was this is my only option. Like things are crashing down and she's like, I don't have anything else. And I'm like, wait, yeah, but you do. And if anyone listening can just like for a moment realize that what you're doing right now is not the only, it is not the only. And
Hmm.
there's so much deep in that. We could go into the like you're worth so much more than that. But if
Hmm.
but thinking that the golden handcuffs are real because they're not, thinking that, and you've proven that like time and time again, Heather, but thinking that this is the only, you have to put in more money or more time or more whatever in something that's not working. If it's not working, find something that's working.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's that fine line between discipline,
Hmm.
right? Is it
Hmm.
not working because you're literally not showing up? Because there are a lot of people, And I think that's why network marketing also gets a very bad reputation, because so many people who aren't business minded, who honestly have no business building a business, they buy this business in a box and they're like, wait, that person makes this look so easy. At the end of the day, if I can just stress this one thing to y'all, this is a business. It is an opportunity, and it is a wonderful one, because it really is kind of that business in a box. There's rules and there's things that you can follow, and there's already products established, and there's all the things. Um, but yeah, there's the idea that I can't stress enough. There are so many ways that you can take the skills that are going to help you in this profession and apply it to something else that is your passion, or something else that makes you tick, that you can add that in addition to.
Absolutely. And so we were talking about, like, first think about what you're passionate about. If you're not sure what you're passionate about or how that can translate, then I'd ask you, what do you love about your current network marketing company? Like, what are the aspects of it? And Heather, you gave a great example. You love coaching and you love mentoring. So why not take that bigger? It doesn't mean you stop doing that in your network marketing company, but think about it. If you are loving that in one space, how many people can you touch? How many people can you help? How many people can you really inspire if you take that beyond, which is something that you and I have both done, and found great joy in that.
Yeah, and that's such a great way to say, what is it in your network marketing? Like, what attracts you to this profession that really gets you excited? Because here's the deal: every job you have, there's going to be parts of it that you don't love.
Right.
Those are the things you learn to delegate. Right? That's hashtag goals, right? Next level. But no, there are some things you're going to not love doing. I'm a mom of 3 and I don't like changing poopy diapers. I just don't like doing it, but I have to do it. So there's going to be things you don't like. However, the things that make you tick, that's like, that is literally like a light flashing on this thing. Like, okay, this is good. This is part of what maybe you something else that you can do, or this is the gifts that God's given you to be able to take this and run with this to the next level and do something else in addition to. So yes, and yes.
And this is not to say don't keep doing your network marketing business, because keep doing that. But if you're at a point where you're like, wow, I feel like there's something else. If you have that kind of that water torture happening, or that like little grit of that rock in the shoe, you need to start listening to that rock in the shoe and see how you can grow, how you can maybe push yourself this year to add another something. I would love to talk more about the affiliate opportunity, because that is a way, and I think it's a way to dip your toe in the water that's not scary, but also gives you more content on your social media, becoming affiliates for different programs or different products that you love. Because that, millennials, they know how to do that. Millennials are doing, and you may be a millennial, so maybe I'm talking to you, but they know. What'd you say?
I'm not.
Oh, well, you look like one, so there you go.
I love you.
But they are really good at and authentic about, I like this, I'm going to share this, and they have their little link, and ta-da. So I'd love for people to think about more about how you can do that, where I think that's like a really, like a easy, I don't want to say easy, maybe it's one that's not gut wrenching, right? Maybe starting your own apparel business is terrifying to you, even if you desperately heard Heather say that and go, that's what I want to do. But what can you do, or how can you maybe be an affiliate for apparel that you love right now that kind of gets you feeling that, sharing about that, going a little bit further with that?
Yes, and that's funny you mentioned that, because so I am naturally a networker, no pun intended, literally, but I've always loved to connect people with people and people with things, which is probably why I've been really successful in this profession. But it's crazy how many times I'm like, oh yeah, people are like, oh, where'd you buy that? Or what is that color that you have on? Or what is, oh, where's that mug from? And I have literally led people to these websites. Companies are picking up on this, even us. We can have, as in our programs, we can have affiliate people for us. So everybody's picking up on this concept that, seriously, I mean, Amazon is one of the easiest, as far as literally it's like, hello, everything here. You can be an Amazon affiliate. So, I mean, I don't know, Target and Amazon. What else do we need, everyone? Like, that's it. And now that you told me Target has one, I am mind blown. So, I mean, I mean, so
Target did not sponsor this episode, by the way. That was free, but
maybe, hey, there we go. Um, there literally like so many companies offer affiliate, even technology wise, between, the platforms that it's like everyone has an affiliate program, it seems like. So explore those different things, even if it's not necessarily going to replace your salary, or that's okay. That's the whole idea of having the multiple streams, where it's not, not, again, it's having that balance there, that where there's multiple things that you can pull from. Like you said, when you have a bad month, no matter what, there's always going to be ebbs and flows.
And I don't want those to feel so bad, so disastrous, because that's when, the belief starts to go away. When the belief starts to go away, it's hard to get up and do what you need to do to grow your business on a daily basis. And next thing you know, you're stuck. And so I'd like to help people avoid that stuckness. That's a new word. I just made it up. So I should mention, you and I are working on something together that's happening later this month, which I'm so excited.
Yes.
You're going to be part of the social media for network marketers summit. And what I love is that I love it because at this point I'll tell them. So we recorded the summit and we did the whole interview and I didn't hit record. So at this moment, TBD, we might change the whole topic. Who knows?
See, you can do this too, everyone. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. I'm like, and that's what I told you. I was like, well, that just means we have something better to talk about. Clearly that topic or conversation, God's got something else better in store. So yes, I'm so honored and humbled to be part of what you have put together and all the people you've gathered. And that's the thing. There's not only one way to do this profession. There's so many different ways. And I think, again, you have to draw from your strengths, draw from your passions, all the things that you like, and do it that way.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say too, if you are in a company and you're not feeling it, that doesn't mean that the whole industry doesn't work. This means you might be in a situation that's not the best. So either figure out how to make that situation better or find a new situation, but don't give up on the entire industry.
Yes, that is so true. And that's it. All companies work. It's just a matter of finding one that works for you, that again complements your life and doesn't complicate it. And I've definitely pivoted several times. And going back to that whole idea of building a brand around yourself and not just your products and your services, it allowed me to, build trust, likability, and a relatability to people, that it didn't really matter what I sold. Hence why I was able to start an apparel business and all of a sudden, hey, do you guys want this stuff? Yes. Oh, I do this. Oh, I have that. And so it really doesn't matter what you sell. And again, it doesn't even matter. Here's the deal. I think this is one of the sensitive topics with this profession, is that, again, going back to this is a business opportunity. Nobody would stay stuck in a job for 5 years, 10 years, if literally all the signs are pointing to this is not for you. This is not working. You don't like the work environment. You've outgrown it. You don't love it. You don't love the products, whatever. You're not stuck. You're not a tree. I love this quote. You're not a tree. You can move. You're not stuck. And so it's okay. And I feel like this is a word for someone. You are not a hopper and a jumper just because you have decided that a company is not for you and it's not for your future and not for your family. To me, I look at this as a major investment for your family, for yourself, for your future. And it is absolutely okay to pivot. I'm going to just leave that one at that.
I literally was writing that down because I want to that's going to be your quote, by the way, for the episode. Just so in case you were wondering, and I was quiet too because I want people to hear that, because that is so important. Why do we think that one company is supposed to fit everybody? And why is it bad if someone tries? It's like going to college. How many times have people changed their major in college? Averages 6 times. Why? Because they want to get it right. it is okay to be in a company listen, I was a lawyer, want to be a lawyer since I was 4 years old, went to school, went to law school for being a lawyer, practiced law, and then said, you know what, not for me. And people were like, are you crazy? You've spent your life since you were 4. And I'm like, yeah, I know this is not for me. I had the conversation. God and I were like, let's go. And we went.
Yep.
So
I was a teacher, then got into sales, did a variety of sales, all sorts of kinds, and then got into this profession. And again, I call that being positioned for the pivot. And the best way that you can be positioned for the pivot is to build a solid foundation of you and your brand and what you are about outside of what you sell, outside of what opportunity you have to represent. What do you represent? Stripping all that away. And again, it's such a great opportunity, but it does come down to a business, and it has to make sense for you. They like I said, they all work. It's just finding the one that works for you the best way, and hopefully that will allow you to spread your wings a little bit and do multiple things so that you're not only putting all your eggs in one basket. And I know there are some companies who don't even allow you to do other things outside of that. So that's another thing to ask yourself, and does the company see the vision of it's 20, like, where is this going? This affiliate marketing, the whole social retail, that whole world. I mean, this is where we're already here. I'm here for it. I don't know if you're here for it, but like making sure that what you're investing in makes sense for where you're headed.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to ask you about that pivot, how to do that public pivot. But before I do, I'd be remiss to say, if you are watching people from your company move on or add something, give them some grace. Please give them some grace.
That's good.
The judgment is not necessary, and it doesn't even make sense. Like, give them some grace. They're doing what they need to do to feed their family and to find their passion. So applaud them in that and don't look down on them for that.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. And I think, the reason why a lot of times that's alarming, because in my very first business, I did see some top leaders leaving, and I thought, what's going on? I took it as a red flag. I'm like, wait a second, what's going on? And so I started doing some research, started digging, so started having some conversations and all the things. And so, yes, it's scary to think, oh, are they going to take everybody with them? But you can't. I love the poaching. Like, people are not eggs. You cannot steal people. You can't poach people. People are either in it or they're not. They're happy or they're not. They are being fulfilled through it or they're not. And so I think that like, I love that you added that. Give people grace, because I have had people leave my team in the past, and I've handled that in a way where I was, I'm not gonna lie, I was judging, maybe not to their face, but I was like, oh, why would they ever? Why would they ever? And then when I was put in that situation where I felt like this isn't my calling, this isn't quite lining up with exactly where I feel like, I'm supposed to be. And then I pivoted, and then I felt that judgment and shame from other people. But at the end of the day, yeah, you have to give people grace and know that people are hopefully making this decision, to better themselves, to better other people, because this is such a ripple effect. Entrepreneurism is such a ripple effect kind of an opportunity. And so, yeah.
Great. So thank you. So people wondering, and I get this asked often, like, okay, I really want to do this other business, but how do I tell my market that I am doing that? You've launched 2 businesses after your first one. How did you do that authentically and not feel like, oh my gosh, are people gonna be like, what, she switched? What's going on?
I will say I didn't handle the first one the right way.
Okay.
And I learned from that, because even though a company is not for you, doesn't mean, and I'm talking specifically network marketing, and we can get into the other stuff too, right? So specifically network, there is a way to exit a company professionally. And I learned the hard way that I maybe my passions and my beliefs and my reasons aren't necessarily everybody else's. And so I will own that. I did it correct the second time, but still, whatever. That being said, how do you share it? Just like you share your favorite restaurant, just like you share the place you went on vacation, you absolutely love the resort. If you ever travel to Punta Cana, you have got to go here. It's something that you're naturally going to share and or talk about again, which is why you can't be spammy tammy talking about the same thing all the time. There's got to be some depth to you. There has to be like this 3D vision of who you are. And so, yes, could this be a component of you? Sure. But then there's also this aspect of that you're passionate about. So for me, if you come to my page, any type of network, any type of social media page, you're going to see three themes. You're going to see faith, family, and business. I'm passionate about Jesus. I am passionate about my kids and my hubby, and I am passionate about business. I love business, and that's what I'm going to be recurring. So it doesn't really matter what business. It doesn't really matter if I have a newborn or a 6-year-old. It doesn't really matter. There's not really like, it doesn't really matter. It's all in that same context. So if there is something else that you want to do, you just naturally share it. Now, I'll say this. So for example, when I launched my apparel business, I didn't just only start talking about apparel. Right. And another thing, another reason why I love Facebook is because of the groups. And then you can be very blunt and forward to people who have opted into your community because they're there for it. They requested it and they showed up for it. Whereas on your public, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, if it's kind of this overarching who you are, that's why you don't want to become that one topic.
Right.
We are such diverse people. We have so many facets of who we are, and we're so intricate, and it's okay to share those different ways of how you were designed and created, because then that's going to flow into these other things that you're passionate about. So I talk a little bit about coaching. We put our apparel business actually on hold for this year because we're focusing on some other businesses, and I could still talk about all those things in a well-rounded way that doesn't lose who I am. Because if tomorrow I wake up and God's like, oh, yeah, you should do this, like I would be able to open a new business and start talking about that and sharing about that passionately and authentically, without being pushy and or obsessed with it's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's so good. And I think it's so encouraging for those who are like, how do I talk about it? Talk about it. Just talk about it.
Just talk about it. Yeah.
But I always say no one likes a flat Stanley though. So if you're only talking about your business, then it's going to be really hard to talk about another business. Give that 360 view, and then it's just part of it. This has been fantastic. I really thank you for being so open, so honest, and so willing to share your heart so that others can learn and can be inspired and have some nuggets to talk about. This wasn't an easy conversation for you, for me, for anyone listening. This is not, if this was easy, then it wasn't easy. But it was easy at the same time because of what I know it's going to mean to people. So thank you so much, Heather. How do we find you? What do you have brewing? I know you're working on something.
Yeah. Always, right? It's again that entrepreneurial. I definitely am a visionary, so I have a team that kind of hones me in on, okay, let's focus on this. So my website's actually being redone. I just got rebranded, so eventually you'll be able to find me on heathershriverburns.com.
Love it.
And you can find me on Facebook, Heather Shriver Burns. You can find me on Instagram, same Heather Shriver Burns. And I've got a community on Facebook that I love sharing faith and business. That's really my jam. It's called Soul Sisters with God-Sized Dreams. You are welcome to join there. And
I'm going to join. I'm not part of it yet. I'm joining.
Yeah, I don't know that we are connected on Facebook now. We were on Instagram, but now, we're on Facebook now. So I'll have to let you in because yes, you have so much. And my heart is to, I don't know all the things. I'm not good at all the things. And so I've learned that, right? We all have our own thing. So in this community, I love allowing women to share what they are good at, be it their network marketing company or graphic design or photography or whatever, and really to allow people to share their gifts with each other. Because awesome. There is room for everybody at the top.
There is. And at the table. Just thought I get a little script.
And at the table. Amen.
Thank you so much. This has been fantastic, Heather. And I wish you the best success. You don't need my wish, but because I know you've got it covered, but I can't wait to see what you do in 2020 and beyond.
Thank you. I had so much fun, and I really appreciate the opportunity to hang out with you today.
Yay! Welcome back to RoxTalks. I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Heather Shriver Burns. She's amazing. Y'all, like, amazing. And so I hope you felt that and you heard that. And I want to talk to you in this mindset moment or minute about something we talked about during the conversation. And it's that those moments where you're feeling really dark, where you're in a situation where you're like, I thought it was going to be this way, but it's really that way. It is so easy to have those golden handcuffs. It's so easy to have those handcuffs and feel like I can't get out. I want you to get out of that thought process that you can't make a change. And a change might not be leave, but a change might be like, let me change my ways. So what do we do when we're like, this is not, 1, 2, 3, not it? What you do is take a moment and really ask yourself, what is causing the 1, 2, 3, not it? Is it you? Is it your surroundings? Make that decision. Now, listen, we should all take responsibility for what we do and what we don't do. So I don't want you to, but I don't want you to go, it's me, it's all me, if it's not just you. Okay. So really discern what portion and percentage of it is you and what portion and percentage is the situation that you're in. And if the situation is not what you want it to be, then how can you change it? I've been in multiple situations in my life where people were unhappy, but they couldn't actually see beyond the unhappiness. They thought this is all that there is. They're going to stay in that job or stay in that situation when they really are being treated poorly or they're really not happy, and they stayed. And that makes me so sad because there's more to life. And when you stay in a situation that is one that is life sucking, that means you don't believe that life can get any better. So this is not for the person who needs to be doing more like it's on you. But if it's not on you and it's really your situation, then my question to you is, why don't you believe that can get better? And if it's a situation where like, I don't think I can do this again, so you're going to just stay in an uncomfortable, unhappy situation. You're going to watch things go down and just stay there. If it's sinking, you need to give yourself a life preserver and you need to get out. You need to believe that the other side, the things you can't see, are better. I just feel like someone needs to hear that. All right, we're going to be right back with the tech tip. Today's tech tip is brought to you by SmartHash. Okay, so here's the thing. I have been going back and forth looking for, because I know hashtags is big for y'all. I've learned that you need more help with hashtags. And by golly, I get it, because hashtags are important, but how do you know the right hashtags? And you're learning more about hashtags and whatnot in my membership community. But listen, I know what I'm great about and what I can teach. And while I can teach you hashtags, I also know there's experts that can teach you hashtags. And so that is why I've teamed up with Christopher Allen Lee. You're going to be hearing more about him, not only on the podcast, but also if you're in the membership site, he's going to be, if you're a member, he's going to be doing some special things for y'all as well too. He is the founder of SmartHash. It is an app that helps you target and find the right hashtags. It's pretty phenomenal. I'm going to say that right now. I wouldn't bring someone to you that I didn't believe in. And it really is going to give you some ease to know, are these hashtags working? Okay, they're not working. How do I tell if they're working? How do I do the A/B testing? How do I, you're like, A/B, C/D? No, just A/B. How do I find what's working? He's going to help you with all that. SmartHash helps you with all of that. So what I'd say to you right now is go get SmartHash. There is a free option of SmartHash. Go get SmartHash and tool around with it. If you are a member of Social Stories, like I said, you're going to be hearing more about SmartHash, and it's going to, you have a lot more opportunities with SmartHash. So stick around for that. If you're not a member, then maybe you should become a member. But regardless, go get your SmartHash, get your hashtags on, because hashtags are the way that you're going to grow on social media. That is a fact. It is proven. You use hashtags in your stories. You use hashtags on your Instagram posts. You use hashtags everywhere. But if you use the wrong hashtags, then what's the point? All right, that's your tech tip. We'll be right back. Oh, it's time for the behind the scenes moment, and it's been quite a week since we last talked. So just so you know, this is being recorded at the very end of January, and I'm in an interesting place right now. It's interesting. So I went to a conference, 3-day intensive this past weekend, about all things attraction and affiliate, and that was good, and it pushed me, which pushing is good. I know that since November, when I hit my big goal, I have been floundering to find how to get that next big goal and to find the mentorship that I needed for that. And so this conference gave me a quick kick in the jimmy and it has me terrified, which I do well with being terrified. Terrified isn't like, oh my gosh, my goal is so big, what the Hades, but that's where I excel and where I strive. So strive to like, that's where I thrive. I mean, so I'm excited about that, but also a little bit nervous. What else is going on? Getting ready for the Network Marketers Summit. So the Social Media for Network Marketers Summit is coming up February 25th through 28th. Finalizing a lot of great things for that here in January, getting ready for you. You're listening to this kind of near it. So if you haven't registered, you probably should get registered for it because it's going to be phenomenal. I've been working on and finalizing those things with the speakers and whatnot. So a lot of that behind the scenes, it takes a village. Y'all, and it's not, I have a summit producer. She does amazing and handles most of it, but it's a village of others too, of copywriting, of videography, of website design, all of those things. So managing that, but still, now that I'm back from my conference, really trying to be present with my community and make sure that they have what they need, not only to end the month, but to get the next month, get February off to a shebangy bang. I did commit because members wanted me to doing a challenge on February 10th. By the time you listen to this, it's probably going to be done, but I don't know how I'm figuring that out, but I'm doing it. I know I'm figuring out, but there's only so many hours in the day. So I'm just trying to make sure that all is set and ready to go. I've done the challenge before, don't get me wrong, but I want to make sure that is muy successful so that everyone who goes through that challenge has what they need to really get more followers, more engagement, more business through Instagram stories. So that's what's going on with me, and really like making big goals, because you don't have to just do it in January or the end of December. Right now, end of January, I'm seeing, okay, this is what you're doing for the next year, Rox. These are the big goals you've set. Holy moly, let's go. I have more clarity around it, which is exciting, which is also scary, but I have to remember my word for this month. This year is endless. So what am I worried about? Let's get this done. Let's get it done. It with a in the front. You got me. We'll be right back with, no, we're not going to be back with anything. That's it. So y'all, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it got you kind of rumbling. I want to hear from you. I don't want you to listen to these podcasts and then just be like, okay, now what? I'm here for you. I respond to you. I want to hear what you're thinking. So please, not only share this with someone that you think might need to hear it, because I think that they probably do. Please share this podcast, but also, if you liked it, let me know you liked it. If you're mad about it, let me know you're mad about it. Talk to me. You can email me, Roxanne@RoxanneWilson.com, or just head on over to Instagram. I'm there often. And go ahead and send me a DM at RoxTalks. And if you did want to share it and shout it out or let me know on your stories, I'd love to see that, and I will share it with you. I will share it on my page, on my stories. So thank you so much. I want to remind you something very important. You are not ahead. You are not behind. You're exactly where you need to be, and I'm honored to be right here with you. Have a good one. I'll see you next week.